What is going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of 2 Chapters Ahead. My name is Sam, and on today's episode, I'm going to share with you guys the biggest mistakes that I did when I first started off on Instagram in 2014. Everything from follow to a really absurd, broad hashtag list. Now, before I get started in listing things to avoid, I want to make sure that you guys understand the concept of social media and that you guys understand that this is not an overnight success type of thing. There is no silver bullet. There's not one thing that you could do to just grow crazy and go viral. This is a bunch of different factors that are coming together that's going to help you get credibility online. And then the more and more posts that you have and the more engagement you have, the more the algorithm is going to favor you. And the more that happens, that's whenever you have a chance of going viral and falling into the algorithm and being seen by, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. So again, remember, patience, guys. This is the number one thing you have to understand. Be patient. I started in 2014, and then it wasn't until 2017 that I hit my 100,000 followers. It did take me 3 years. It didn't happen overnight, and it was a lot of work. But in this video, I'm gonna show you guys all the mistakes that I did when I first started. Even well before Adrenaline Junkies, I had created many different pages. I had created a page called Tickle Me Daily, When I Was 10 Again, When I Woke Up This Morning. I had like a bunch of meme pages and a bunch of different things. So I tried all these different strategies on all these pages. I took everything I learned and all the mistakes that I did, and then I created my new page, which is called Adrenaline Junkies, and that one was very successful because I avoided doing all the mistakes that I did with my past pages. So stick around, let's get right into it with tip number 1. So the first mistakes I see many people do is expecting things way too soon. Like I just spoke about, having patience is very important when it comes to this. Don't expect things too soon. Whenever you're expecting things too soon, you're only going to lead yourself to disappointment because things don't happen that quickly. You might see another page blow up all of a sudden. There is a lot of behind the scenes that you don't see. They might have even bought followers. They might have gotten a really big shout out from an influencer. They might have a friend in the niche. They might be running ads. You don't know what they're doing, so don't focus on them. Focus on yourself. So that's the number one thing. Focus on yourself, guys. Have patience and just run your own race. So the second mistake I see a lot of people doing is not providing enough value in their content. So when they're posting pictures, they're like, hey Sam, I posted 20 pictures, 30 pictures, videos. I'm not getting much engagement. What's going on? And then I go check out their profile, and it's just pictures of them, at the park and just hanging out with friends and family. As cool as that is, it doesn't bring me any value. So there's no reason for me to share it. There's no reason for me to repost it on my story. There's no reason for me to save it to come back to see it for later. I might like it. I might comment because I know who you are, but it's not really gonna, blow my page up, and I'm really just attracting my current followers, or actually not even attracting, just, interacting with my current followers versus creating potential content that my followers can share to their followers and then get more people to come visit my page and get more and more followers. So it's very important, guys, to create value whenever you are posting. It's not just about posting content, it's about creating valuable content to post. This leads me to the third thing to avoid, which is either posting way too much or posting way too little. So a lot of people want to grow really quickly, so they might think that posting a bunch of content is just going to favor them and then they're just going to blow up. That's not how it works. Same thing as if you would go to the gym. You can't go to the gym just on a Friday and work out 8 hours versus, doing an hour a day for, 5 or 6, 7 days. I know it doesn't accumulate to 8 hours, but I'm just saying you can do a bunch of work in one day expecting it to do the same results as if you're going to do something for a week. So spread out your content. Post, at least once a day. When you're first starting, you could post twice, 3 times a day, and then slow down to 1 time a day just to keep it consistent. That's if you don't have too much content. If you have a crazy amount of content and you really just want to put out content, don't post more than 3 to 4 times a day. Because as you post the third or the fourth one, it might not get as much engagement as the first one. Because whenever people go and visit your profile, it's no longer the first picture or piece of content that they could interact with. It's now the third or fourth one, and it kind of just falls into the feed, and on Instagram it disappears after a while. My personal opinion is I like to post enough content for people not to forget me, to know that I'm there, but also not to spam their feed or to run out of content myself. Now, the other side of that are the people that are posting way too little. So they will post once or twice a week. The Instagram algorithm is not gonna favor you if you're gonna post once or twice a week. Okay, guys, there's no consistency in that whatsoever. This isn't YouTube. This is not a search engine. This is something that's going into the feed consistently. It's going to the explore page, the hashtag lists. So you need to consistently provide it with content to feed the algorithm, and then that's how you're going to be able to rank more and more and more. So I recommend at least posting 1 time a day. You could go up to 2 or maybe 3 times a day, but don't do more than that. That's my personal opinion. The fourth thing you want to avoid is follow for follow, or following a bunch of people and expecting a bunch of followers back. Now, a few reasons why this is no good. 1, you are gonna get really bad levels of engagement. You are gonna post something and you're gonna have 5, 6, 10,000 followers, and you're gonna get 30 or 40 or 50 likes. Because the people that followed you back didn't follow you because they like your content or your product. They like you because you followed them, and then they want to show you support back, so then they followed you back. But odds are they won't like any of your content, which leads to a big disappointment. That's number 1. Number 2, when people come and visit your page for the first time, the first thing usually they look at is the top of your page. The followers, the following, and so on and so forth. If you are following 6, 7, 10,000 people and you have 2,000 or 3,000 followers, they know right away. People know these things. It just doesn't look cool. It's not, it doesn't mean you're wanted. It just means that your brand is just, you're just a follow for follow page. People are starting to understand these things. So my rule of thumb is 5 to 8% of the people that follow you, you could follow back. So for example, if you have 100 followers, you could only follow 5 to 8 people. And then 1,000 followers, 50 to 80 people, so on and so forth. At one point, I don't recommend following too many people. Like on my Adrenaline Junkies that have 122,000 followers, I follow about 300 or 400 people. I keep it to where whenever I follow you, you actually feel special, and it's not just like another follow. This builds a connection. So whenever famous people follow me and they message me and I follow them back, we now build a connection, versus if I was following 80,000 people and I had 122,000 followers, my credibility is not there. The fifth thing I see happen often is when you're first starting, you're anxious to get followers, so you go out and you post it on your personal page and you tell your friends and your family to come and follow you. This also leads to really bad engagement, because these friends or family are there to support you as a follow, but not necessarily like your content, or they might not even be interested in your niche. For example, I have a snake page. I breed reptiles, I breed snakes, me and my brother, and I have friends and family that subscribe to our YouTube channel and, you know, to support us. So what happens is whenever I post a video, they go and they click on the video, and then within like 45 seconds to a minute, they close the video and they get out. That actually ruins my retention rate. It doesn't help me rank on YouTube, because it tells YouTube, okay, this is a 15-minute video, someone watched 45 seconds of it and then they closed it. This is not an interesting video. Don't rank it to other people. So I would much rather not have those subscribers or those followers and just have organic people, even if it grows slower. But at least whenever these organic subscribers like you guys come and watch my video, you guys are actually gonna watch the whole thing. Hopefully you're still watching till now. Obviously, if you are getting this, you are watching till now, and I appreciate that. But you are just gonna watch more and more of it, and then it's gonna rank my video, and then YouTube is gonna favor it, and it's gonna show more people to help more people. So with that being said, I need you to stop for a second and go drop a thumbs up on this video to help the YouTube algorithm rank this video if you find it helpful, so other people can also get the help maybe that they're looking for. The sixth thing to avoid is using these broad hashtags that people use. So for example, often my clients, when I first meet with them, they're showing me their hashtag list, and it's all like hashtag love, hashtag quote of the day, and all those big hashtags that have like 1 billion hashtags, 100 million, 900 million tags. These hashtags are great and all, but you cannot rank on these hashtags, especially if you're a small account. The algorithm is favoring massive accounts that have 10, 15, 20 million followers that are using these hashtags, and they're ranking them on the top of these hashtags. Every other hashtag that's posted in the recent is disappearing so quickly off of the feed just because there's so many people using it. So you have to build the proper hashtag according to your niche and according to your audience size. And if you have not done this yet, I have a video that I'm just gonna like post up here, and then at the end of the video, I'm gonna leave it as an end screen on how to build a hashtag list. So this is gonna teach you how to build a proper hashtag list for your audience and for your follower size. So if you have, you know, less than 10,000 followers, if you have more than 50,000, more than 100,000, so on and so forth, you'll build a different size audience. Sorry, my voice just cracked. So the hashtags are really, really important. If you use the hashtags properly, I swear to you, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen in my other videos, we blow our accounts up just by using hashtags. We have gotten, you know, crazy viral videos just by using the proper hashtags. So I really, really recommend watching that video if you have not done so yet and building your own hashtag list. It may seem long, 30 minutes, but trust me, I build it with you step by step. I have a bunch of time lapses in there, so there's no boring stuff. But once you build this hashtag list, it is good for 6 months. And you know what? 30 minutes investment for 6 months. It's really, really great. So I recommend watching that. Let's jump into one of the mistakes that I see most newbies do to gain followers, because, you know, they just want to get a lot of followers. So what they do is they do giveaways or contests. I hate these things at the beginning, guys. The point of a contest or a giveaway is to get a lot of attraction to your company, a lot of attention and awareness from a lot of people. Now, to properly do that, you need to build a small influencer list, you need to reach out to these people, and you need to launch it the right way. And when you do launch it, when people come to visit your page has to be ready to welcome these people. It's like a house. If you just bought a shack that's like super destroyed and you haven't renovated yet, you don't want to invite 50, 60 people to a housewarming and be like, guys, look at my house, because, you know, they're like, oh, it's great, it's cool, but, you know, just they're not impressed. They're not going to be impressed. And you want to impress people, especially if you're trying to sell them something. So before reaching out to these people, these influencers, make sure that you have done what you need to do on your own page to, you know, be established, to have credibility, have enough posts, have enough followers. I recommend 10,000 followers or more when you're doing a giveaway. Nothing less. Whenever you have that 10K in your name, people, for some reason, that credibility is there. It helps people buy. It just helps psychologically. But if you have 1,000 followers or under 1,000 or under 5,000, odds are your return on investment is not going to be as you expected, because the wow factor is not there. They walked into a shack and not into a mansion. And you want to make sure that that first impression, guys, is a mansion. And this is why I want to make sure that you guys get at least that 10,000 follower mark before reaching out to these people and doing these giveaways. Collabs are fine. If you want to do a collaboration with other people that is free, it doesn't cost you anything, it's just a shout out for shout out, I am fully for that, and I actually encourage that. But if you want to give away $400, $500, $600 items, or even $200 items just to gain 50, 60 followers, there's no point to that, guys. You could grow organically with the strategies that I teach you guys. For free, like free. All you do is just post something and then you get 50, 60 followers. And I'm gonna show you guys a few pictures over here. I mean, we're getting, you know, hundreds of followers, thousands of followers in some of my posts just by using certain hashtags, and these are organic. I don't spend a dime on ads. So giveaways, don't do them too early, and whenever you are doing them, make sure to reach out to the right influencers, people that are in your niche. But this is a completely other video for the giveaway. If you are interested in seeing how a giveaway should work and how you should, what strategies you should use for a giveaway, leave a comment below and I will make a video for you guys if enough people want to find out what this strategy is. So like I mentioned before, I'm gonna leave the video right over here for you guys. This is how to build the perfect hashtag list. Right over here is another video that I made about how to get your first 1,000 followers on Instagram, which I really recommend checking out. If you have not done so yet, make sure to subscribe, and just like that, you are now 2 chapters ahead.